Hi, my name is Vampyr and let's dive into Steam Autumn Sale with Middle-earth: Shadow of War. This is Lord of the Rings themed orc killing simulator. I don't even know how else to name it because all you do here is orc killing. Even orcs kill other orcs here, and you will hack, slash and smash right and left and right because here you are true combat god and nobody can withstand your power. Well, except probably Darth Vader and Thanos, and well, Jason Statham could kick your ass as well. And Machete. Machete could definitely make a meat burrito out of you, but you will not find any of them in this game, so you are safe to play without any fear. The game has 87% of positive reviews on Steam, so if you somehow miss this awesome open world RPG game, there is no better time than now to get it. And you know what game you can play anywhere and anytime? The sponsor of this video, Raid Shadow Legends. Awesome game for your mobile device or PC. You will find over 600 playable champions. It's huge! Use my QR code or links below to download Raid to your mobile device or PC. And now let me tell you about Raid's High Elves faction. They are absolutely not what I expected. Well, I guess they are, because their arrogance is legendary. They say they helped humans form civilization. They brag that they have helped the world recover after the fall of the Lizardman Empire. But they actually didn't. Duh! I wouldn't be surprised if they say that they have invented potato salad as well. Although it's worth mentioning that there are way more rotten factions than that. The Sacred Order, for example, are mindless zealots, and the Dark Elves are crazy murder monkeys. So yeah, fair to say that the High Elves are maybe the best of bad bunch. And this month is huge for Raid. They just released a brand new faction, the Sylvan Watchers, with some amazing new champions. Forest Elves, Ants, Druids, they're all here and I cannot wait to summon them all. Also, Raid's got a full lineup of events, along with a new season of the Forge Pass where you can get your hands on some of the most powerful gear the game has ever seen. And if you are an Amazon Prime member, you can get your exclusive rewards in Raid right now. But there is more. New players, use my link or scan the QR code right here and get a free starter pack worth almost $30, a free champion Aina, and also this cool in-game loot.
Ooh la la!
You'll find your rewards here in your inbox for the next 30 days only. Do that now, and I'll see you in the game. Planet Zoo. Remember when you were a child and in a zoo you saw some dumb animal and then you said something like,
I want that, I wish I could keep it.
and then your mother just slapped you and said,
It's a lion, it would eat you.
and you were like,
No, I don't think so.
yeah, kids are dumb, but the point of this story is that now you can keep a lion, and giraffe, crocodile, and elephant, and not one but as many as you want. And the funny thing is that you are just as unsuitable to keep them now as it was back then when you were a kid. All your animals would get sick and die, or they will die because you'll forget to feed them or give them more cosmos. Well, I mean space. And it's a fun game if you are ready not to cry over imaginary animals and their imaginary deaths. Base game itself is very cheap, but it has like 8 or 9 DLCs, so it will suck your wallet dry. Be careful. Vampyr. As I always say about this game, at the beginning here you will suck a lot. Not blood, you just suck in general because you are a recently transformed vampire newbie. And you know the fate of such newborn vampires in all the movies. They easily die by the hand of every protagonist. So with time you will become more and more powerful as you have to survive and fight vampire hunters, undead, and other supernatural creatures. Use your powers to manipulate and delve into the lives of those around you to decide who will be your next victim. You will like this game if you are into darker settings and like difficult moral choices because your food here has different personalities. You may want to kill only bad criminals and not an innocent father of 2 sick kids. And sometimes you just need to feed and kill him anyway. You may think that,
Hey, it's just a game, it doesn't matter.
but it's the same as with the dying pandas in Zoo Planet. They are not real, but the game still makes you feel like shit. So be sure that you like that kind of stuff. Death Trash. This game is awesome. It is set in a semi-open world divided into a few zones. You will spend a lot of time in underground facilities and dungeons as well, but it has a completely different approach to narrative compared to casual games. You never know what to expect. Also, here you will encounter extensive player freedom from manual save games to the fact that any dialogue can be left anytime. Also, here you can kill everyone or don't kill anyone. That is the spirit. That is the cash of Death Trash. Highly recommended, especially if you like games like Diablo with a hint of pixel art. Okay, with a lot of pixel art. Monument Valley. Here you will embark on a journey as Ida, the silent princess, through impossible environments and illusionary puzzles. You will experience this meditative and calming puzzle game by manipulating monuments and creating evolving paths to explore new, surreal and mysterious worlds. So basically you will solve tricky but immensely satisfying puzzles with optical illusions at their core. Evolve landscapes to reveal pathways that would have otherwise been impossible. And as you progress, discover beautiful architecture, transforming landscapes through pushing, pulling, clicking, raising, lowering and more. 98% of positive reviews is not a thing you can easily ignore. So don't. The Outer Worlds. Somehow I always think that this game gets too little attention. It is definitely one of the best RPG games I have played in recent years. It is funny, it has secrets, many guns and places to explore. It's not just Fallout in space. I had more fun playing The Outer Worlds than I had playing Fallout 4. Even if this is a bit smaller game, I can absolutely give it 9 cold beers out of 10 and recommend it to you without a doubt. But I have to mention that it has some cons as well, like unbalanced difficulty. You know, at first you die a lot, but later everything else dies in seconds, even the strongest monsters. Then you may think,
Hey, I will switch from hard to the hardest difficulty.
but you can't. You have to play the whole game on this hardest difficulty without switching it off, because developers decided to add some stupid achievements most of the players don't even care about. So you will feel overpowered all the time and you can't do anything about that. That's why I didn't buy and didn't play the last DLC. I already feel like a combat god, everything just dies when I blink. Monster Hunter World. Here you will take on the role of a hunter and slay ferocious monsters in a living ecosystem, where you can use the landscape and its diverse inhabitants to get the upper hand. You can hunt alone or in co-op with up to 3 other players and use materials collected from fallen foes to craft new gear. People on Steam are talking that the combat is very satisfying and the game is made with an incredible attention to tiny details. Monster Hunter World has 87% of positive reviews left by more than 220,000 players. Incredible achievement. Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut. This time, it's a cyberpunk. The theme back then, when the game was made, was quite rare, so this title is a real treat if you are looking for something original. And it's not very old. Released in 2014, it still has that new game feeling. The story begins in 2012 when magic returned to the world, awakening powerful creatures of myth and legend. Among them was the great dragon Führer, so this dragon whatever, who emerged without a warning from the mountains of, yes, you guessed it right, mountains of Germany. So people fought that Führenschnachel, they won, and now it's the year of 2045, and as most of cyberpunk games go, we are dealing with a dystopian situation. 89% of reviews are positive, so if you like this genre, it's a must-play. Cloudpunk. Here you will play as a person named Rania. This is your first night working for Cloudpunk, a semi-legal delivery company based in the sprawling city of Nivalis. You go everywhere, from the marrow below to the spires that pierce the grey clouds high above. No delivery job is too dangerous and no one is faster than a Cloudpunk driver. You never ask what's in the package you are delivering, but, you know, one day everything went south and suddenly you will have to unravel mysteries in a world of corporate conspiracy, hackers and rogue AI. Great original game. Wartales. The discount is kinda small, but the game has 91% of positive review score on Steam, so I would say it's fair enough. It has been 100 years since the world saw the fall of the once great Edoran Empire at the hands of an unprecedented plague that swept the nation. So prepare to lead a group of characters in a huge open world where combat, death and thirst for riches will shape and define your day-to-day life. You are not a special chosen one ushering in a new era of peace. Nah, your goal is solely to survive. Well, and thrive in this harsh and hostile land. From the most insignificant petty thieves to the land's most notorious figures, there is no such thing as a profit too small to take. Satisfactory. Here you will defeat nature by building massive factories everywhere. Expand wherever and however you want. All those animals and plants that live here are unimportant. They live to serve you and your mighty factory. Here you'll find about 30 square kilometers, which are about 11 square miles of terrain filled with unique flora and fauna. Make factory out of them. Build beautiful metal constructions instead of ugly nature. Cover the whole surface of the planet with your elegant conveyor belts and train tracks. Be Be a true hero of the industrial era. Be the hero nobody asked for. Subnautica. I had the game for a long time on my PlayStation, but only recently I gave this game a chance because I was thinking that this game is boring. But when I started to play, I realized that I was wrong. Yeah, all that resource collecting is a bit boring, I'm not gonna lie, but also very rewarding. You know, at first you are a slow swimmer and can't hold your breath for a long time, so when you find something awesome deep down below, you can't reach it. But later you equip yourself with various devices that allow you to swim quicker and dive deeper. The exploration part is very entertaining and rewarding, although I have died many times because I'm really bad at calculating my oxygen levels. Also, this game is not a relaxing one. There are underwater predators and you can be attacked at any moment, so your anxiety levels will rise up, I promise you that. Outward. This is an open-world RPG where the cold of a night or an infected wound can be as dangerous as a predator lurking in the dark. Outward delivers an immersive RPG experience coupled with survival gameplay, offering a deeply rewarding challenge for the most avid gamers. You can play alone or co-op, even a split screen is a possibility. Finally, a split screen for non-racing and non-shooter games. Although, you know, you have to have a friend for that and you probably don't have one, but you can always trick your mother-in-law into playing with you. The game will give you a sense of adventure and will not guide you by your hand or penis. Although not everything is good. Movement and combat feels a bit clunky, voice acting could be better, and character customization is very limited. But anyway, remember how much of character customization we had on Horizon Zero Dawn or the Witcher games. Starbound. This is basically Terraria in space, and it is a great game. Very positive reviews on Steam can confirm that. Here you can create your own story and save the universe from the forces that destroyed your home, uncovering greater galactic mysteries in the process. Or you may wish to forego a heroic journey entirely in favor of colonizing uncharted planets, or delve into dangerous dungeons and lay claim to otherworldly treasures. Discover ancient temples and modern cities, trees with eyes, mischievous penguins, and talking ding-dong. Oh wait, the latter may not be in there, but you never know, the universe is endless. Not as endless as your mama though. Call of Cthulhu. Hello?
Hi, this is Cthulhu calling.
Cool, what are you selling?
Horror, unspeakable horror, with a discount.
So if you like Lovecraftian horror and detective mystery games, this is the title you have to try. The story unfolds in 1924. Ye was sent to look into the tragic death of the Hawkins family on the isolated Darkwater Island. And soon enough you will be pulled into a terrifying world of conspiracies, cultists, and cosmic horrors. Nothing here is as it seems. Your sanity is all too often replaced by whisperings in the dark. People on Steam are talking that this game has only average, glitchy graphics, but the story is great. And another nice thing, at least for me, is that Call of Cthulhu is short. It will only take about 8 hours of your boring life. Astroneer. Game is set during the 25th century intergalactic age of discovery. Here, astroneers explore the frontiers of outer space, risking their lives in harsh environments to unearth rare discoveries and unlock the mysteries of the universe itself. In this space sandbox adventure, you can work together with other players to build custom bases above or below ground, create vehicles to explore a vast solar system, and use terrain to create anything you can imagine. So basically, you are invading beautiful planets with beautiful nature and making an industrial hell out of them. Yeah, screw nature, the galaxy is full of it. My time at Portia. This is a fun and relaxing RPG, a great open-world game with an incredible amount of stuff to do. It is similar to Stardew Valley, but has way more depth in it. Literally, because it is in 3D, and figuratively because it's bigger in general. Here you arrive in a weird post-apocalyptic new town named Portia to inherit your father's old building workshop, and you spend your time restoring it to its former glory. That, of course, means that you end up helping out the good townsfolk of Portia by building everything from water wheels to huge industrial furnaces. It is definitely not a game for a serious RPG lover, but sometimes it's good to actually relax. Although the game is very grindy, but that grind can be very rewarding if you just turn off your brain and enjoy the game. Greedfall. Explore uncharted new lands as you set foot on a remote island seeping with magic and filled with riches, lost secrets and fantastic creatures. Here you can complete quests and objectives in a multitude of different ways, through combat, diplomacy, deception or even stealth. Also, you will be given complete freedom in character progression. Customize your appearance, freely choose your abilities, spells and skills and play as male or female. Although most of the people find this game good, I should mention that Greedfall is very grindy. Also, you can feel the lack of enemy variety and it has really bad face animations. Anyway, I think this price for it is very nice. Noita. Game will allow you to dive into adventure without sinking many hours preparing for battle. Noita is a magical action roguelite set in a world where every pixel is physically simulated. Here you will fight, explore, melt, burn, freeze, and evaporate your way through the procedurally generated world using spells you created by yourself. So you can make one that sounds like
Abracadabra, Coldus Berus, Autus of Thinus Eros.
I have no idea what this spell does, but I've heard it's awesome. Game is really fun and is a rare owner of overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. That alone should put this game onto your radar or, you know, into your library. Oxygen not included. Here you'll find that scarcities of oxygen, warmth and sustenance are constant threats to your colony's survival. Guide colonists through the perils of subterranean asteroid living and watch as their population grows until they are not simply surviving but thriving. You know, like Bear Grylls in nature, except here you don't need to drink your own piss. Though you can do that if you want in real life, I'm not judging you. Although if that's the drink of your choice, please feel free not to share any cocktail recipes with us. Wow, I got carried away so fast. Anyway, everything in your space colony is under your control, from excavation and resource allocation right down to plumbing and power systems. Resources will begin depleting with your first breath, so be sure to dig fast if you want to live. Mortal Shell. In this Souls-like slasher, the combat is very strategic. You must trust your weapon only when an opportunity opens. You have to carefully calculate your moves to unleash counterblows or perish and meet your doom if you are an impatient one. The RPG element is very strong here. You can get new skills, upgrade old ones, sharpen your blades with acid, and of course find different weapons. You will meet many grotesque creatures, but do not let fear halt your journey. Muster your courage and face them down as a true sofa warrior you are.
I am a sofa war chief.
Yes, you are. Quern, Undying Thoughts. This is a first-person puzzle-adventure game inviting you on a journey to explore the beautiful land and solve many challenges. It will definitely test your IQ, and you may find out that you aren't as smart as you thought. That is a terrifying thing, I'm not gonna lie. Have you played The Witness? Have you felt dumb yet? I did. So Quern, with the increasingly complex puzzles, may prove to be as humiliating as well. Although Quern is more like a classic Myst game, it is really original, and solving one or another puzzle is a really rewarding feeling. People are talking that Quern is one of the best puzzle games they have ever played. It also has 91% of positive reviews, and the bad ones are mostly about the technical issues. This is a great game, really worth your money even when it's not on sale. Dungeons 3. If you never played any Dungeons game, you can easily start with this one. Game has a twist of a colorful RTS-style map on the top of your dungeon, which is an innovation in classic dungeon management games. As people say, this game is 75% Dungeon Keeper and 25% Warcraft free, which is a very nice combination. The campaign will take away about 30 hours from your boring life. By the way, the campaign's co-op mode works really well, so having at least one friend will enhance your experience a lot. So make a bowl of potato salad and invite someone to be evil together. I just checked, the game has 94% of positive reviews, and that is not a joke, meaning that almost everyone who bought the game is happy with it. I doubt your sister has a record even close to it. XCOM 2. 20 years have passed since world leaders offered an unconditional surrender to alien forces. XCOM, the planet's last line of defense, was left decimated and scattered. Now the aliens rule Earth, building shining cities that promise a brilliant future with lots of potato salad for humanity, but at the same time concealing a sinister agenda and eliminating all who dissent from their new order. No potato salad for them. All you have to do is to regain control of the Earth. It may sound easy, and it is, because you are awesome and alien sucks balls. Show them who's the boss. Ancestor's Legacy. This is a history-inspired real-time strategy game influenced by historical events of the Middle Ages. So lots of bloodshed guaranteed and maybe a few burned witches as a dessert. The game combines resource management and base building with large-scale squad-based battles across vast battlefields, all rendered in great detail with Unreal Engine 4. Here you'll spill rivers of blood and can enjoy a cinematic action camera that puts you right into the middle of the battle, so you can actually see how dumb everything looks from up close. People on Steam are talking that Ancestor's Legacy is easy to learn and it's like chess. It involves a lot of strategy and the more you play, the better you become. Jurassic World Evolution. Here you can build your very own deadly amusement park. Did I just say deadly? Oh yes, I did. Have you seen the movies? If not, I do recommend watching the first one. It's a movie about a billionaire who raised dinosaurs and they all lived on an island in harmony with each other. Except not. So here few velociraptors can escape the cage and start feeding on your paying customers. Only you can decide if you want to tranquilize them or, leave them to velociraptors as they are. Your dinosaurs need a bit of exercising as well. If you ever worked at retail, and I did, I know that you hate your customers anyway. They are always unhappy with everything, so let them complain for real this time.
I am being eaten by a Tyrannosaurus, please help.
It is actually a Ceratosaurus, sir, but if you still have a complaint, we will get in touch with you during 10 workdays. Have a nice day, enjoy our beautiful parks. Yeah, I could easily be an announcer in there. Shadows Awakening. Here you can walk between worlds, and this time you need no drugs for that. In the Shadow Realm you will slay various spirits and demons, and in the real world, well, as usual, various oversized fauna that usually lives under the rocks in any yard in Australia. People on Steam are talking that this game is quite okay-ish if you compare it with the best Diablo-like action RPGs. Not a masterpiece by any means, but a nice game if you are tired from Diablo 3 or Path of Exile and just want to spend a few hours in a different world slaying various different animals. Shadows Awakening has mostly positive reviews, so for this price you can surely risk it. The Forgotten City. This game, as a lot of people point out, is a Groundhog Day movie, but in an ancient city. The mechanic here is simple. Everyone around you is dying for reasons unknown, because I don't want to spoil anything for you, and if that happens, I mean dying, you can just go to the portal and restart the day over and over again until you solve the problem of dying, so nobody dies anymore. It's really one of the best adventure games there is. I'm not gonna lie, if you go to Steam, you will see the overwhelmingly positive review score. Also, fun fact, this game started as a Skyrim mod a long time ago, and it was so well received it became a separate kick-ass game. By the way, if you like Groundhog Day mechanics, I can recommend you to watch The Edge of Tomorrow, my favorite sci-fi movie of all times. I have watched it 11 times already. It involves a lot of dying, and that is great because you know what you can call this Groundhog Day mechanic when you die all the time? Roguelike. These movies are roguelike. Factory time. This is a sandbox fans. Here you'll create a giant factory using conveyor belts, trains, chutes, pipes, and airships. You can sell your goods to nearby villages to expand their borders, increase happiness, and unlock better skills. As your earnings rise, you can research new technology to improve your supply chains and grow your civilization. There's no enemies or starvation to worry about, so you can enjoy a stress-free logistics challenge to maximize production and happiness. A perfect game for calm evening with your mother-in-law. The Shore. I have played this game while it was still in development, and I was really impressed by the grand scale of some creatures and entities that roam this Lovecraftian world. Well, by saying Lovecraftian, I really mean it. You will literally encounter Cthulhu itself and have a conversation with him. About life and how his wife left him. Oh no, that's probably your wife we are talking about, I'm sorry. Cthulhu just wants to destroy the world as you know it, no big deal. So basically, the show is a game about the mystery of the unknown set on a forbidden island filled with horrors. Although, if you can survive a visit from your mother-in-law in the real world, these Lovecraftian horrors will be a joke for you. You'll take control of Andrew, a father searching for his lost daughter, and while doing the searching part, you will awaken a cosmic horror or two. Or, 4. This game is filled with them. Curse of the Dead Gods. This game is obviously oriented for the fans of Hades, or as one commentator on Steam said, Curse of the Dead Gods plays as Hades and looks like Darkest Dungeon. Honestly, it's a fair comparison. So in this game you will seek untold riches, eternal life and divine powers. It will lead you to this accursed temple, a seemingly infinite labyrinth of bottomless pits, deadly traps and monsters. Well, the rest is self-explanatory. The game also introduces a cool mechanic of unique curses. They influence each attempt putting a twist on every action. The game may look appealing to Diablo fans as well, and honestly it is, but keep in mind one thing, you will have to parry a lot, and that Souls-like mechanic is simply not for everyone. Otherwise it's a great game, 86% of reviews on Steam are positive. Cuphead. This is a classic run-and-gun action game heavily focused on boss battles. Inspired by cartoons of the 1930s, the visuals and audio are created with the same techniques of the era. For example, hand-drawn cell animation, watercolor backgrounds, and original jazz recordings. So basically you will feel like in an old cartoon all the time. And admit, when you were a kid, haven't you ever thought about how cool it would be if computer games were as smooth as those Disney movies? And there you go, you have it now. Although keep in mind that the game is very difficult, definitely not for those who give up after the first failure. And if you like this video, I have good news, there is another one, even better! Click on the link you are seeing right now and let's continue having a great time together. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, bye!